Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Marvel 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review video. Now today, finally we're going to be taking a look at none other than the Spider-Man Far From Home upgraded suit, Spidey. This is of course the black and red suit that a lot of us have been keenly waiting for, me included. It does something a little bit more unique by switching out the traditional blue color palette for a red and black variant, and I couldn't be more excited to take a look at it. If you do want to pick up your very own upgraded suit Spidey, he is in stock right now with toyswonderland.com. Link for that is of course in the description below. They do also have 12-month installment plans if you're a fan of paying off your figures over time. Also, while you are down there, why not hit that subscribe and bell notification icon so you're notified as soon as brand new content goes live on the channel. What we are going to do now though is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. And here of course we have the box art for Spidey himself. I really do like the Spidey image that's housed within Mysterio's dome here. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's this sort of foggy effect to replicate the smoke that's inside the dome. It's a really neat effect, and I do hope they continue it onto the Mysterio figure when he of course eventually does come out. I do also like the red and black color scheme that pretty much perfectly mimics the suit itself. Speaking of the suit itself, if you do remove that slipcover, you have an absolutely stunning artistic representation of Spidey in his upgraded suit, and of course if you do flip it open, you can get a sneak peek at the figure inside. Now I've been super curious. Ever since I first saw this guy, there have been a couple of changes in the prototype. There were even prototypes that had separate web shooters that looked a little bit clunky, but fingers crossed this guy, and I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, has done away with that. I'm also curious to check out that Peter Parker Tom Holland head sculpt. But here we finally have him, the upgraded suit Spidey in hand, and first impressions are, yeah, it's a Spidey figure. The suit, the red at least, is super punchy, and this black is a very interesting material. More on that later in the video. But as you can see, Spidey does come with quite a few accessories, so what we are going to do now is get all of the accessories themselves laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. And here we have all of Spidey's accessories, and as you can see, he comes with a hell of a lot of stuff. Almost enough, in my opinion, to call this a deluxe release. Yeah, he comes with that many pieces, and some pretty darn big ones as well. More on that in just a second. Let's start off by taking a look at the display base first. I really like the way this looks. It says Spider-Man Far From Home, this red and blue motif. You can see the Empire State Building with a really nice glossy effect on the Spider logo. Plus, you can also see Spider-Man upgraded suit on the front. Granted, it's no metal nameplate, but it definitely gets the job done. Now he does come with these pieces, which are quite unique in the way they work. They're basically a double rod piece, one for Spidey, then one for the Mysterio drone. You can of course raise this one up, it can also come detached, but the way you're supposed to do it is attach the drone with this little connector up the top there, and then on the other dynamic flight arm, you use this section to attach it to Spidey. If you are going to be using this on your Spidey figure, like I know a lot of you will want to, I'd advise putting a little bit more padding on the inside there so that this super sturdy clamp doesn't do any damage to the suit itself.
Today is why we wear the uniform.
This is a global operation.
LAPD has agreed to help the FBI track down terrorist targets.
Clamp doesn't do any damage to the suit itself. Now that we've taken a look at the flight pole for it, we may as well take a look at the drone. For those of you who don't know, when this figure was revealed, there was a mystery accessory, and it was actually this drone all along. It's a super simple piece, it's a hell of a lot smaller than what we got with the homemade suit Spidey, but still, I do believe there were these smaller drones in the film, unless I'm misremembering. I love the way it's painted, and I love the way it's sculpted. It's exceptionally well done. You can also see the port in the bottom there that you take that section and insert into it to have this guy in mid-air. I also like the subtle green on the front there, just to give the illusion that this thing is alive. Now let's take a look at, in my opinion, one of the best head sculpts that Hot Toys potentially have ever done. Yeah, I said it, I think it's that darn good. You can see that the likeness is pretty much spot on, the paint applications look absolutely sublime, and I love the hair coming down the front there. It is of course different to what we got previously. This is the most up-to-date version, being the Iron Spider Tom Holland head sculpt. The skin tone on the new one is just leaps and bounds better, and the paint applications are more lifelike as well. Also, they got his hair color slightly more accurate, whereas on this one they pretty much went with black, which isn't accurate to Tom Holland's hair color. Now to go along with the sculpt, you do get the Edith glasses. Don't worry, we'll pop them on in just a second. They are actually a metal framed pair of glasses. They're a little bit smaller than potentially I would have liked. In the film, if you remember when he was wearing them, they did look slightly big and slightly goofy, which was of course because they were Tony Stark's glasses. When you do pop it on Peter here though, they fit perfectly and they look really good. But as I said, in the film, they were slightly too big. Even Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Mysterio Quentin Beck, did tell Peter they look a little bit goofy. But nevertheless, this head sculpt is absolutely sensational. Next up, he does come with, of course, his phone. I'm not sure if you can make that out, but it's the text chain that Peter had with Mary Jane, or MJ I should say, sorry, not Mary Jane, towards the end of the film. Cracked screen and all, and it says, "On my way, smiley face to Min," and then MJ says, of course, "Don't text and swing." Really like the detail on that phone there. They didn't have to print anything at all on the phone, but I'm glad they did. Now, of course, he does come with the web wing glider pieces. These are significantly bigger than what we got with Tech Suit Spidey. There's two, one that goes under each arm, then this one that goes between the legs, kind of like a sugar glider. These are the magnetic sections which magnetically attach to the suit itself, and the textural detail of this web pattern looks absolutely awesome. I'm super impressed with how these work. Don't worry, you'll see these on the suit a little bit later in the video. Now he does of course come with the signature array of webs, the usual suspects, plus the newer spooled up design of webbing, which is my personal favorite. You also do get the funnel attachment, which we usually get with our Spidey figures. You also get a separate mask if you are using the Tom Holland head sculpt. No, this cannot be put over the actual Tom Holland sculpt itself. This is literally just meant to be held. You do have some lenses, and this is made out of the exact same material that the suit is made out of, which allows me to do a bit of a comparison between the hands. It's a fairly close match between the sculpted look of the hands and the suit material, so I'm pretty impressed with how close they did get. Plus, on the black sections, you can see that awesome tech detail underneath that the light really does pick up quite nicely. Now, they've done something very unique with how you attach the web, the active web shooters. You literally remove here this inner palm section of the hand, which is a little bit challenging to do. Please be careful, because it's literally just attached with tiny little pegs that can be broken if you're not careful.